think about when you get a stomach ache, all right? When you get a stomach ache, what position do you often get in? A lot of times we curl up, right? Like we curl up on our side, we kind of curl over the pain. All right, so what if your baby has a little tummy bubble and here's your baby? They can't move to get themselves into a comfortable position. So we start moving them around. Well, does this feel a little bit better? Does this feel a little bit better? So we start moving them through different soothing positions, okay? So that said, let's bring the baby, so let's support the neck and the low back. Let's bring the baby back up to the shoulder, all right? And I'm gonna walk you through how we're handling this baby. Newborns can tell the difference between when you're sitting down and standing up, and quite often they like what we call the new parent dance, which is just this little rocking side to side or front to back. All right, so this is the, the origin of that 3 a.m. pace. All right, for 9 months, this baby has been walked by you all day long in your pelvis, right? They are used to a lot of rhythmic movement. So we find that this works really well in terms of soothing them, all right? So I just want you to start to rock a little bit side to side, or just that little repetitive pace front to back, all right? Now here's the thing, we start doing this so much with our newborn, this just becomes completely second nature when you become a parent. And so like all your friends who are parents, they'll totally get it. They're like, oh yeah, you're doing the new parent thing. But your friends who don't have kids, they'll just be like, why do you never stand still? Now, the one thing that I will tell you in terms of just saving yourself a little wear and tear, if you ended up getting a physio ball at the end of the pregnancy because it's great for your low back, you can trick newborns that you're standing up by doing this. All right, so they don't catch on. They do tend to catch on with rocking chairs. All right, so this can be if you're just like, I have been walking all day, this can be a nice way to get some downtime in terms of you're actually sitting. All right, so just notice a little gentle bounce, and they tend to like this. Sometimes this isn't quite cutting it, all right? So there's a little variation where what I want you to do is to take your outer thumb and hook the thumb into the baby's armpit, all right? And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna really gently slide the baby up onto the shoulder, and as long as you've got your thumb anchored in the armpit, you can let go with this hand. Go eat a sandwich, go check your email. All right, so here's it, right, and so what this is doing is we've got the shoulder doing a little tummy pressure, all right, and this baby's just riding around like a little unconscious person on a horse on our shoulder. Okay, so sometimes they like that little bit of tummy pressure, so this can be a good alternate. So now we're gonna really gently slide the baby back down, okay? What you're going to notice is that by 8 weeks in, your baby can pull their head up and they're doing a little bit of the bobbly head thing. But through the entire newborn time period, whenever you're picking up or laying down, you're supporting the neck because the head is so heavy that even if they have the strength, they'll still whiplash themselves. So you're supporting the neck through the entire newborn time period. And the other thing I'll say about that, just in general, just long-term thinking, kids are top heavy until age 5. So when you've got the baby that's 18 months, about a year and a half, toddling around and they're leaning into the bathtub while you fill up the water, they can just go head first right into it. So keep in mind they're top heavy way beyond when you think they've started to balance out. Okay, and now we're going to start getting kind of fancy. So lay the baby on your lap, all right, and here's what we're going to do, all right. Sometimes babies like to be on their tummy in terms of being held or on their side, and babies tend to have a preference left side, right side, just like you and I have a preference left side and right side. This is how we're going to roll the baby over. Fingertips on the back of the neck. This hand is ready and waiting to support the jaw so that the baby gets the neck support. And then I'm going to use this hand to just slide under the back, and I'm going to roll the baby into this hand. All right, so notice my thumb and forefingers are essentially on a newborn end up right under the ears along the jawline. So I'm not holding the kid by the neck, I'm holding along the jaw so that they have support. All right, so this is how we would roll them over. But then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to lift this leg up and have the baby straddle my arm. And then what I'm going to do is just anchor the baby against my torso Now again, once I've got this baby anchored against my torso, I've got a hand free. All right, so the baby's right here. Now, what if I wanted to see if the baby preferred a sideline position? I'm gonna get this elbow ready, and I'm just gonna slide the baby in front of me. So I'm getting the baby's head in the crook of my arm. And with this hand, I'm gonna grab the thigh and slide this hand out. And now I've got this baby in a sideline position. So each time you try a position, you give the baby a couple minutes to see if this is what does it. Don't like rush through everything, okay? Now, another really great one, if we lay the baby on your laps, all right? Sometimes with a baby that seems particularly bubbly in the tummy, sometimes you can just do a little knees to chest action like this, or sometimes a little bicycling the legs, right? So it can either get bubbles moving or it just strikes them as so funny they stop crying. Another really good one is I'm rolling the baby over, which you know how to do now, and just rest the baby on your knees, all right? So again, neck is supported just by resting on my knees, one hand here, and rocking them side to side. All right, so rocking, and again, I've got a hand free. Sometimes we're like sitting at the table eating our lunch like this, okay?